All right, hello Speed Assist drivers. Welcome to your WeatherTech Raceway drivers meeting video. I'm your host, Joe McGuigan. First and foremost, thank you for joining us for this event. We look forward to having you out there and having a great time as always at the track. Let's get right into it. As far as your driver's check-in is concerned, you're going to have a couple things done to make sure your check-in goes smooth and easy, and they're all included in this email that has the link to this video. First is obviously watch this video, watch the safety video. You're going to take the online quiz past 100%, and you can take that quiz as many times as you need, but I promise if you do the first two steps, you're going to pass the third one, no problem. And then also do the selfie with your phone. That's the digital check-in where you sign all the waivers. And then when you arrive at the track, you're going to want to join us inside the smaller set of garages, inside Garage 24. That's where we're going to have the check-in. Okay, if you have that driver's quiz and that digital check-in done, it's going to be a real quick process, and we'll get you out of there so you can get your car prepped and whatnot and get on track. Okay, so make sure you have that stuff done. Now, as far as logistics for parking, okay, you're free to park anywhere in the paddock in between the lines that they have. Just make sure that you are not blocking somebody that already has a predetermined space. For example, the staff, we park just in front of Garage 24 in where the pit area is. So make sure you leave a good amount of parking space in front of the garages there, because that's where staff is typically parked. So make sure you leave us our space. Other than that, we do have garages for rent. If you're interested in renting a garage, please make sure you email us. And there should have been an option on the check-in. But if not, come talk to us. Sometimes we can sell it day of. But definitely a great amenity to have if you're interested in having that. Now, once you're done with your check-in, you're going to go back to your car, make sure everything's prepped, get all your normal stuff on, have your numbers on, which we do sell if you need. Make sure you have your tow hook installed. Even if you don't think you're going to need it, you still need to have it just in case. And make sure you get all the stuff out of your car. Cannot stress that enough. Water bottles do not make very good brake pedals. Get all that stuff out of your car. Other than that, make sure your fluids are good. Make sure you got plenty of fuel. If you need fuel, there is gas on site. I recommend supporting the track. It's going to be kind of towards the track entrance, kind of between turn 1 and turn 2. You'll see the big signs that have the fuel there. You'll find the stations. It's hard to miss. The fuel does close about 4:30. Make sure you check in with the staff, of Laguna, Seca that day to see what time fuel is closing in case you need something at the very end of the day. Other than that, once your check-in's done, you're going to look at our schedule. We have copies printed out if you need it, as well as in the email. Again, we're going to adhere to that schedule as best as we can. If there is a delay, we will make sure that we announce when run groups are happening. But other than that, set yourself alarms for when your sessions are going to be. That way you don't miss it. There will be announcements when the sessions are coming up, even if we are on schedule, just to make it as a friendly reminder. As far as getting on and off the course, your track entrance is going to be, if you're facing the small set of garages where you did your check-in, they're going to be to the left. There's going to be a break in the chain link fence there that leads you out to the hot pits. When you get into the hot pits, there's going to be a sign out there from us that's a fast lane, slow lane. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to be one of the first people out in your group, make sure you go in the fast lane. If you want to be towards the tail end, go in the slow lane. That's there so you can kind of self-grid yourselves and make sure that everything's going correctly. Now, once you're on course, for your first session of the day, doesn't matter what run group you are, your first session of the day, you're going to have at least one lap of yellow. While that yellow is out, there is no passing, okay? The exception to this rule is if the car is coming to a stop in front of you because it's breaking down, then please go around them and keep the line moving. Chances are you'll have to come in anyways because they'll have to get a tow truck out there. But regardless, that lap, when it's under yellow, at least one lap, there may be two, make sure you're waving to the corner workers so you build up memory where they're at. And then also just know that it's not a school zone pace. It's not you must go like 20 miles an hour. It's just go slower than you normally would. Wake yourself up. Make sure the car is awake. Don't try to send it first lap. It's not going to happen. You're going to catch the tail end of the group anyways. So take your time while that yellow's out. Now, the session will go green at one point, and eventually the session will get checkered. You're going to see checkered flag in at least 2 spots on Laguna Seca. We're going to see it at start-finish, and we're going to see it at turn 8, turn 7, the corkscrew. There is also a chance that there might be somebody between 6 and 7 on the track as well that does the checkered. So you may see it there as well. Now, if you get the checkered at the corkscrew, you do not get to see it again at start-finish. That means your session's over, and if you do see it again at start-finish, that means you blew the checkered and now you're holding up the next group of drivers, which we don't want to do. Once the checkered's out, though, you're going to take one of the 2 track exits available to you. There's going to be the turn 10 exit, which is left as you come out of turn 9, and also the turn 11 exit, which will be left as you come out of turn 10. I highly recommend taking the turn 10 exit pretty much every time. Okay, the reason being is that puts you in a big open paddock space to cool your car off. As a reminder, your speed limit in the paddock is 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's supposed to feel slow because you should be saving the speed for on course, not in the pits where your fellow drivers, kids, animals are all potentially there. Okay, you don't want to risk it. Save the speed for out on course. Now, the only exception to the track exit where you must take turn 11. If you get a black flag or a meatball, you must take that turn 11 exit and go up the hot pit lane all the way back up to the starter line, and they'll tell you what you did. Typically, you know what you did, but either way, go up to them. Do not go hide, because if I have to come find you, I'm not going to be happy about it, okay? It's usually something real quick and easy to let you back out. The exception being is sound, okay? Laguna Seca is very strict about sound. Make sure you look in the email as far as what day you signed up for, and the email will describe it too as far as what your sound limit could be. Could be a 90 decibel, could be 92, could be 103, okay? Who knows? It depends on what day you're going to here, so make sure you check the email. Regardless, it is a 2-strike policy for sound, okay? We only allow 2 sound violations. And if you completely blow it out of the water, so if you come to like a 90 decibel day and you do 103, there's a good chance we just remove you that day because it hurts us and it hurts the reputation of the track. We don't want that. It's unfortunate people move next to a racetrack and complained, but it is what it is. It's here and exists. We have to just abide by the rules because we like coming to this track. You may do a sound test if you'd like. If you're concerned that your car is not going to pass sound, you're welcome to do a sound check, which you go up to the starter stand and say, hey, I want to do a sound check. They're going to give you 3 laps. They're going to pull you in, tell you what your sound reading is. If you failed sound during that sound check, you're still going to be removed from the track for that session, but it will not count as one of your 2 strikes. There's no secret as to where the sound booth is at, by the way. It's between turn 5 and 6 up the hill to the right where you want to be on power the whole time. There are tricks around this that work for most cars. My advice is look around on the forums or on the Facebook groups and see what people do. Regardless, you got to make sure you obey the sound rule, which is the limit is listed in the email as well as on the event that you signed up for. Okay? Now, other than that, we want to make sure that, you guys have plenty of food if you need food out there. There is going to be the grill between the turn 3 and turn 4. There's the grill there if you need some food. And like I mentioned already, there's the gas stations and whatnot. So make sure you get some fuel there. Other than that, we look forward to having you out there with us. It's going to be a great time as always at the track. We look forward to, all the great photos that we get from the corkscrew and all that type of stuff. So whether it's your first time or your 100th time with us, we look forward to having you out there, and we'll see you soon.